And good evening, race fans. Welcome to round number 7, Cyber Thunder Rising Star Series live from Texas Motor Speedway, right outside Fort Worth here tonight. No Limits, Texas. That's where we're at tonight. Chris Wold currently sitting atop the speed charts with a 30.22. 18 cars strong out here tonight through the first 50 minutes of practice. Just about 9 minutes remaining. 18 cars out here looking to take time, looking to come away with the checkered flag. I am Tom Richter, and at some point or another, I'll have some help out here tonight. Mr. Tanner Tallarico, Mr. Brett Hahn, and who knows, maybe Crank Bell will be joining us here a little bit later out here tonight in the race. And as I say that, Crank Bell, Cyber Thunder Rising Stars Division Director, hops down here, and it's Crank Bell. How's it going tonight?
Real good, Tommy boy. How you doing? Well, I tell you, it's going to be an exciting race. I turned it on in practice, and it's a super slick track. The track temps are up there pretty good. I think we're looking at about 108 right now. It's got a loose setup, so we're going to see who can handle the car. Who's got some car control tonight. If they give it a little too much throttle on exit, a lot of them are going to be spinning out. I've already seen a ton of it in practice, but yeah, as far as picks go, I mean, Chris Wald, it's hard to go against him lately. He's been really moving up, really improving. He's really speaking volumes to what this driver development series has been doing for these guys. They take it serious, put in a lot of time, and it's definitely paid off for him. He's been getting better week in and week out, and like you said, he's at the top of the board right now.
Yeah, currently sitting at the top of the board. You see him going around the 119. Christopher Daniels, see Dalton Carter going for a slide out of turn number 4. Headed down pit road. Eric Moore, Charles Geddens currently sitting on pit road at the attention of their crews. Crank, you know, one thing that I always talk about, Tanner, so this is now the 7th race of the season. We've had 6 first-time winners out here tonight, with Justin Groves being the first repeat winner last week at USA International Speedway. Are there any names out there? So the top 2 right now would give us another first-time winner. Are you picking the 32 or the 119 to maybe break into that first-time winner column?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have potential. Michael Witt's been fast the last couple of weeks as well. I think he's got a good chance, but I tell you who hasn't got a win yet ever in our Rise of Stars series here, and I expect it's time, and this is the track he can do it, is my old boy, Paul Turner. I mean, I got to stick with my pony.
What the hell? There we go. I'd love to see Paul Turner get a win. Certainly always up front and certainly overdue. Paul Turner, the driver of the number 42 Colonial Riders car.
I think tonight just might be his night. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The 42 Colonial Riders car. That sponsor's been with him for a couple seasons now and has done him well. So this setup tonight, I think, is going to play right into his favor. You know, he's historically been the guy that's out there and takes it real easy and is cautious the first half to 3/4 of the race, and then we always see him there in position to be competing for the win at the end. And I think tonight might be the night. I just got a good feeling for him.
It certainly could be. Taking a quick look here at the next couple of races. So only 3 races till the cutoff race, right, Jade? And now I see Brett Hahn has joined the booth. Pocono next week. What turn 4 out there? Then we go out to North Wilkesboro. It's going to be the first time that the Cyber Thunder Rising Stars Series division heads out to that little short track. And then Dover International Speedway is going to set the chase for the championship here. And leading into that, Dave Sanders, Tyler Beeman, Cole Gray, Charles Geddings. Charles Geddings, of course, missing last week with the addition to his family. Brian Dorsey and Paul Turner currently your top 6, but Justin Groves, Christopher Daniel, Mike Witt, all really within striking distance of that top 6 mark where they have to be in.
Yeah, no doubt. I was just talking to all the guys out here on track about how close the points are in this series this year. So, I mean, we've got our own battle and own excitement just going out to the regular series championship on who we're going to crown for that. I think when I looked, there was 50 or 55 points, something like that, separating the top 15 guys in points. So, like you said, it's anybody's race to get up there. And then heading into the playoffs, you know, you got to be in the top 6 in points when we finish out at Dover. And those 2 short tracks there at the end are going to tell the tale for sure.
It would help if I granted Brett talk power so he can actually join us out here tonight. Brett Hahn out here in the Cyber Thunder broadcast booth. Good to see you, my friend. All right, try that again, Brett. Sorry, we missed you.
All right, you guys got me now? Oh, boy. All righty. Well, thanks for hooking up my mic here, Tom, and giving me the ability to talk. Hopefully we can get this worked out. I'm on my other setup here, so...
Yeah, I was going to say you do sound a little bit different, but Brett, glad to see you popping in here. We do only have just a few minutes remaining in practice. Only 19 cars out here tonight. Top 24 makes the field every single week. But what I want to do now, I want to pull down the driver, the number 29. Where the hell is he? Jamie Beasley. He never has his number next to his name in teams. See if we can't get a word with Jamie Beasley himself. Jamie, Tom, Brett, and Crank Bell is now joining us out down here tonight in the cyber.
Yes, sir. How about yourself? How y'all doing tonight?
Well, we're doing all right. I wanted to get with you before you guys switch over to qualifying here in just a few minutes. Little Birdie May had told me it might be a big 5-0 for you today.
Yes, sir, it is. Big 50.
Well, Jamie, first off, happy birthday from me and from the rest of the Cyber Booth and the rest of the Cyber Thunder Racing League. But I don't want to put any pressure on you, but 3 NASCAR drivers have gone to victory lane on their birthday. If you're able to do it, you would join the ranks of a guy named Cale Yarborough, whoever that is, Kyle Busch, and Matt Kenseth. Last time it was done was in 2012. Do you think you have a shot out here tonight to do it?
Well, it's gonna be tough, but I'm gonna give it a whirl here. You know, see what this quick time can get done. So.
All right, Jamie. Well, best of luck to you. Just under 2 minutes remaining here in the final practice session. We're about ready to switch over to qualifying. Best of luck to you. Happy birthday, and hope everybody's able to join us out next week for the big 5-0 race that Richard Pruitt's putting on at Talladega Superspeedway in the trucks.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie.
Hey, happy birthday, Jamie. Good luck tonight.
Yeah,
Thanks,
good luck,
sir.
Jamie. Happy birthday.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, and Crank's gonna help me get Jamie kicked out of here. Just over a minute remaining here in opening practice before we switch over to qualifying. Let's throw this trackside for tonight's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, and we're back. live at the Texas Motor Speedway. We're going to be kicking off 5-minute 2-lap qualifying here. See who can't put themselves at the top of the board. First car I see rolling off pit road is going to be the number 91, Tyler Beeman, headed down here. Mad Sim Racing, Chevy Impala coming out of turn number 2 for the first time tonight. Tyler Beeman coming up through the gearbox for the first time tonight at Texas Motor Speedway, coming across the line. Green flag is out for the number 91 car. A little bit high through turns 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2. See him get a little bit of a wiggle halfway down the backstretch. We're going to see where this posts him on the board this time by.
Coming out for a little bit extra wiggle, but we'll see. And right now that puts him at P1. We'll see if lap 2 he can roll a little bit better. Coming out of turn 4 here, looks like the car is more planted this time around, and looks like he will jump to the top with that lap.
Top of the board goes to the 91 currently out on track. You still got Rob Gregoire. Rob Gregoire, teammate of Tyler Beeman. Looks like he's wrapping up his qualifying efforts here. See if we can't find somebody else that's out on track. Dave Sanders finishing up his lap. Dalton Carter on his green lap out here. Lap number 1 and 2 for the 53 car, Brett.
And Dalton comes out of turn 4 here. We'll see what kind of lap he's running. Looked pretty smooth for the first lap. And that puts him last right now, so hopefully he can step it up this lap 2 and pick up a little bit of speed, as he's pretty high through 1 and 2. That might not do it there, but we'll see what he does through 3 and 4 here.
Yeah, Brandon, I think it's important to remember that they just recently redid this track. They added, I think it was like 20 feet down in turn 1 and turn 2. I've never been good at Texas here, so I'm certainly taking notes out here, trying to find the quick way around here. This was the site of the Cyber Thunder All-Star race. What was it, back in April or May that we ran that, Brett?
Yeah, something around there, and yeah, that was one of the first big events I was a part of in Cyber. Man, that was pretty cool to be a part of that and see all these race against all these K&N Rising Stars guys. But yeah, I think where you want to be, just like as Tanner would say, right on that bottom, trying to hug that paint.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to see Richard Pruitt on his first lap try to do just that as he comes through turns 1 and 2 for the first time tonight. Keeps the car bogged down a little bit low on the exit of the corners, headed down the backstretch. See what Richard does here down in turn number 3. A lot of movement out of the back end of that 24 car coming out of turn number 4. See where this is going to place Richard Pruitt. First time by on the board. Currently 3/4 of a second off the pole right now. Really high, really missed the entrance on turns 1 and 2 for his second lap. I can't imagine his second lap's going to be any better.
Yeah, and that gets so hard here, Tom, with qualifying. You want to push it to the edge, but once you push it over, there's no coming back from it. And a place like this just begs you, as we get a little sideways there, great save by him. He doesn't need to go to a backup car here tonight.
Yeah, nice job by him, but that's going to heat up the right rear tire and certainly not help his starting position whatsoever. Richard Pruitt's going to be starting 16th on the board out here tonight, as it looks like he is the last car remaining on track. He's going to be bringing that beast down to pit road here this time by. All right, and with qualifying wrapping up, got just about 5 minutes remaining. We have a little bit of an extended qualifying session out here tonight, so we're going to step away for about 5 minutes. Keep it tuned here. We'll be back in about 5 minutes for the start of the Texas 500. All right, and we're back live at the start of the Cyber Thunder Rising Stars Texas race out here. Tyler Beeman going to be starting on the pole for tonight. Mad Sim racing car followed on his outside. We heard Crank talking about him a little bit earlier in the pre-race show. Chris Wold starting in P number 2. Michael Witt and Charles Getting starting in 3rd and 4th, and Christopher Daniel going to round out your top 5.
Starting in 6, we have Dave Sanders. 7th, Paul Turner, our points leader. 8 is Rob Rogerson. 9th is Brian Dorsey, and round out your top 10 is Cole Gray.
All right, starting 11th on the board, you heard from him in the pre-race, Mr. Birthday Boy himself. If he's able to do so, he'll join a couple NASCAR champions, drivers that are able to head to victory lane on their birthday. Jamie Beasley starting 11th on the grid. Eric Moore in the Scoots Custom number 3 Chevy Impala, currently sitting 12th on the board, followed by Jerry Isaacs and Rob Gregoire, a pair of teammates sitting down there. 15th on the board, Mr. Dalton Carter.
And rounding out your field, starting 16th is Richard Pruitt. Starting 17th without posting a time is Zach Chahalis. Starting 18th is Justin Gross. And rounding out your field tonight is Zachary Thornton.
Yeah, and once again, Brett, we see Justin Gross electing not to take a qualifying time. We certainly saw him come through the field a couple of races ago when he decided to start from the back of the field, so we'll have to see if he's able to, once again, march his way up through the front. We only got 75 laps to do it tonight, Brett. Do you think it can be done?
I think it can be done, especially if he does some strategy or whatever, but I always like qualifying, because starting at the back, you always put yourself in a scary situation if there's a wreck early on and you're in the back.
Yeah, no, for sure. And if you burn that one roll of flex tape that all these teams have sitting down in pit road, you burn that early, you might put yourself in a hole. And we've seen Chris Wold, I believe it was at Charlotte, he got in like 4 different incidents, and at the end of the race he was just trying to piece that car together. But we're about to come through turns number 3 and 4 for the first time tonight. Field is lining up. Tyler Beeman, Chris Wold squaring up, coming out of turn number 4. Michael Witt, Charles Getting starting right behind them on row number 2. Let's go racing here tonight in the Lone Star State, Brett.
For sure, as the pace car ducks down pit road, and we are waiting for the green flag from the flagman here. And looks like green flag is out. We are green flag racing.
Green flag is out. Field's going to come down here into turns number 1 and 2 for the first time tonight, coming through the gearbox for the first time, side by side for the 91 and the 32. 91's going to have the preferred line being pushed by the 26 by the Blade Mobile coming out of turn number 2. Give Tyler Beeman the position coming out of turn number 2. He's going to head down here as the leader for turn number 3.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're going to see all night time that the inside is going to be the preferred line. If you get stuck on the outside, you're going to want to try and get to the bottom as quickly as you can, or else you're going to lose more and more spots as you get strung out on the outside here.
Yeah, and you can already see Chris Wold. He started in 2nd position. He found a hole to fall in, currently running 4th, but Michael Witt has filled up the 2nd spot. Charles Gettings missed last week, early season favorite for the points championship. He's now 3 points behind the points leader after missing last week's race. The addition to his family, he's taking a look on the inside of Michael Witt for 2nd position here.
Yep, and I think if you can make a move on them early, you might as well, because I think tire fall-off is pretty drastic here tonight. So we're going to see what the game plan is, whether to take it easy at the beginning of the run and save some tire, make as many positions as you can, and hopefully check out enough by the time a caution flag flies.
Yeah, absolutely. Cycling back a little bit, Christopher Daniel currently runs in the 5th position, followed by Dave Sanders in the number 6 position. Rob Rogerson following suit there, currently running in 7th place. A little bit of a battle between the 77 and the 119. Looks like the 119 might just go ahead and concede that position here. We're only 4 laps in, but then again, it's a short race, so we'll have to see how these guys decide to race it.
Yep, for sure. And already we got Justin Gross already knocking on the door of the top 10, currently in 11th after starting all the way back in 18th at the start of this race. So he's looking to head to the front of the field in a hurry tonight.
Yeah, big mover of the night so far certainly is the 199. See Cole Gray directly in front of him. Cole Gray already a first-time winner in the Cyber Thunder Rising Stars series this season. Coming down here, trying to win his second race of the season as he's under fire from the 199. Making our way back up towards the front. We just had a change for the lead. Charles Gettings got around Tyler Beeman, Michael Witt, and Chris Wold is now... Charles Gettings has about a 2-car length lead down the backstretch here.
Yeah, and it seems like the top 4 is kind of checked out into their own pace. I think they're all driving pretty hard, not really trying to save too much tires. They're trying to check out from, looks like Christopher Daniel and Dave Sanders, but even them are checked out, another big gap to the guys behind them. So it looks like at least the top 7 are pushing pretty hard here right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And taking a look at the scoring sheet, currently the top 4 within about a half a second of each other, give or take. Christopher Daniel and Dave Sanders just about a second and a half back. And then you got to go 2.5, 3 seconds back to find Paul Turner or Rob Rogerson or even Jamie Beasley. And Justin Groves is currently sitting in the 10th position.
Yeah, and Tom, 4 seconds may seem a lot right now early in this race with only 8 laps in, but once these tires start fading and these cars get a little trickier to drive, people can make up those 4 seconds in a hurry if you saved your tires right versus someone that burned up their stuff pretty quickly here.
Oh, absolutely. They certainly can, as we see a battle now for the 3rd position coming out of turn number 4. Chris Wold going to get around the 26 Blademobile. Michael Witt put the 32 to P3.
And further on back here, we have a battle between Jamie Beasley, Justin Gross, and Rob Rogerson as they actually just get single filed out here. And looks like Jamie Beasley's trying to make a push for the front on his birthday, followed by that hard charger, Justin Gross.
Yeah, certainly would be good to see Jamie up there. I have a feeling we're going to see Justin up there before the night is over. Rob Rogerson currently running in the 9th position. Rob's usually up there at some point in the night, usually running in the top 5, so I'm sure we'll see Rob get up there as well. But your current points leader, Paul Turner, kind of just doing what he always does, kind of just riding quiet and riding steady in the 7th position right in front of this group here.
For sure, as we actually just had a lead change in 3 here, Tom. Looks like Tyler Beeman is taken back over the point.
Yeah, Brennan, you know what? The last race that we had on this 1.5 mile style of racing that we see here tonight was Charlotte. We've gone to USA and Milwaukee and a couple of oddball tracks over the past couple weeks. But when we went out to Charlotte, man, I felt like we had 40 lead changes there across 75 laps. I felt like every time that we were looking, we had a new leader. So we could be seeing some of that out here tonight as well.
Oh, for sure. I think with these cars, how there is a little bit of aero factor to them, and as long as you don't let that leader check out too far, that you can really haul up on the back of the leader and not let them get out of their sights. I think, like Charlotte, as you said, we'll see a lot of lead changes and swapping around as people try and save and push and save and push.
I see out here in our YouTube chat box, apparently we're having some sound issues. I did have to redo some sound settings earlier tonight, so I probably did not get them just right where they should be. I did make a change, so please feel free to let us know if that has helped. Coming out of turn number 2, the 96 and the 91, currently battling for the lead once again here, headed down into turn number 3. 13 laps in, we're clean and green.
Yeah, as these front 3, you could pretty much put a blanket over. They're battling pretty hard and for sure going for it, trying to lead a lap here. With now, looks like we have Christopher Daniels slowly catching the leaders from that big gap back there. He's just steady, waiting patiently, waiting for these leaders to make a mistake and maybe pounce.
Big slide by the 32 coming through turns 3 and 4. Might have gotten the left side Goodyear's on the apron down there. Slides up in front of the 96. Charles gives him a little bit of room to go ahead and get it collected coming across the line. Oh, big hit for the 32 coming down here.
That's going to bring out a yellow. Hopefully everyone can avoid him, and it looks like they will, but that's a tough break. These kind of tri-oval front stretches are always a little difficult to judge that last wall before going in the corner, and looks like Chris Wald just misjudged that and smacked the right side there pretty good.
Yeah, and that could have just been really just a misjudgment on the number 32 machine. We're going to back this up and see if we can't get a live replay of what happened. He was battling the 96 for position coming through the dog leg. No contact between him and the 96. Looks like maybe he just made that left-hand turn a little bit too late. The field does a nice job getting around him. You see Justin Rose and Paul Turner, your current points leader, coming around him here.
Yeah, I'm speaking about a similar track as Charlotte. I tell you what, Tom, I've done that many of times at Charlotte where I smack that wall before going into one, and it's not a fun situation to be a driver and do that. You're like, what am I doing out here? But luckily they got the flex tape, so we'll see if Chris Wold comes on down and uses that up, or if he thinks his damage is all right.
Field's going to come down to the attention of the pickers for the first time out here tonight. 91's going to be the leader coming down here. See if he can't lead the charge off of pit road. I got to imagine 16 laps. Do you think we'll see anybody take 2 tires here, Brett? Maybe some of those guys that were maybe saving some tires?
Yeah, I think the tire wears too much here, Tom. I think you got to go all 4 if you come in for tires, just because then they all wear together and more evenly, and that I think it might be a little squirrely as we see. Oh, I think the 119 missed his pit stall there, Tom.
Yeah, we've seen that a bunch of times over the course of the season, as we see Justin Groves already making his way out of his pit box all the way down pit road. Tyler Beeman, Charles Gettings, Michael Witt, and looks like Jamie Beasley is going to be gaining some spots on pit road. Looks like he's going to be coming out 4th, I believe. It certainly looks like the 119 of Christopher Daniel may have missed his box. He's still out there on the racetrack. Pacing behind the iRacing.com pace car. We're going to see. I'm sure he's going to probably be coming back down here. Still early enough in the race, though, Brett. I think he'll be able to overcome this.
Oh, for sure. And he looked like he had some pretty good long run speed, because he was hanging right there with the leaders as Michael Witt in the Blaymobile kind of fell back, and Christopher Daniel got around him around lap 14, I believe.
Yeah, with the 119 car on pit road, that's going to put Tyler Beeman back up to the lead, as we now see 1 lap to green. Lights are extinguished off the pace car. Field's going to double up. Looks like the 91 is electing to start on the inside row here. One guy that I don't want to overlook here, Brett, I know it's early, only lap 13, 14 of the race, right? But Dave Sanders is currently running in the 6th position, going to be starting in P5 after scoring cycles around with the 119 pitting. But nice run out here tonight for Dave, currently running inside the top 5.
Yeah, for sure. I've been keeping an eye on him a little bit, and he didn't fall off too much from his pace from the leaders that last run, so we'll see what he can do on this restart. He looked nice and smooth, and I'm sure he'll keep that up in that 77 machine. And as we come into turn 3 here, we'll have Tyler Beeman leading the field with Charles Gettings on his outside, Michael Witt starting in the 3rd position, Jamie Beasley, and then round out your top 5 will be Dave Sanders, who we were just talking about on this restart. But watch out for that 199 starting in 6th, though. Started 18th, now all the way up to 6th here, as the pace car ducks down to the pit road as we get ready to wait for the green flag from the flagman.
Field's going to head into the iRacing.com restart zone. Pedals down for everybody. 91 and 96 going to be leading us down here into turn number 1, followed by Michael Witt and Jamie Beasley on the outside out there. That QuickTime Media Simon design car. He's going to take a wide turn through turns number 1 and 2. They might make quick work of him here as we see. He's going to be stuck 3 wide back here. Not in the position that he wants to be either.
Yeah, for sure. Justin Gross made an awesome job to get down to the low side as he needed to from starting from the outside position. Jamie better get down as quickly as he can. Has a little bit of wiggle out of both of them coming off of 4 there.
All eyes headed back up to the lead pack up here as we see Charles Gettings once again putting the heat on Tyler Beeman. Charles trying to get his second win out here, and Tyler trying to get his second win as well. Don't look too far. Michael Wood and Dave Sanders still running 3rd and 4th. Both of those guys will be first-time winners out here, but Justin Groves has made his way up to the top 5.
Yeah, for sure. We knew he could do it pretty quickly, but I didn't think he could do it in the first quarter of the race, and he proved me wrong tonight. So that shows you just how fast that 199 machine is here tonight.
Headed down the backstretch, 199, Justin Groves going to be taking a look on the inside of number 77, Dave Sanders. He's going to try to take away the 4th position, and he's going to do it as we come across the line to
Oh, we got one loose off of 4. It looks like he saved it. It was Rob Rogerson that got pretty loose off of 4, but saved it, kept it out of the field, and we stay green here, Tom.
Clean and Greenfield heads down the backstretch for the 22nd time tonight. Heading down to turn number 3. Gotta imagine that the 199 is going to get up there at some point or another. But Paul Turner, once again, running very consistently in the top 6. Gotta imagine he's going to be up there before the night is over if he doesn't find trouble before now at the end of the race.
Oh, for sure, and he's running his own pace, falling back from the leaders a little bit, but I assume he's out there running his own pace, saving his stuff, waiting for these leaders to battle it between themselves and really burn up their stuff so he can just be sitting, waiting, biding his time, and waiting to pounce.
Yeah, and you know what, Brett, after you race with somebody for so long, like I've raced around you for a while, I've raced around guys such as Tanner and Crank and Paul himself and Cole, and going down the list of Zach to see, you start to learn everybody's driving styles, and you learn who pushes it, you learn who kind of just lets it come to them, and I think Paul certainly fits into the second category.
Oh, 100%. Well, I see him out there kind of riding behind his time, and then that halfway point comes around, or someone makes a mistake in front of him later in the race, and he's all over it, pounces, takes his opportunity, and moves on to the next guy, so.
For sure, as we see Paul Turner coming into camera frame, coming out of turn number 2. All eyes up front, 199 trying to make a move on Charles Gettings now for the second position. From shotgun to second, he's got first in his crosshairs.
Oh yeah, and that time by, even with making a pass, I think he was still 2/10 faster than the leader, so he's coming in a hurry as he has a little wobble off of 2, but whatever he's got with this track and this line figured out, man, he is hauling through this field here today at Texas.
Yeah, he certainly is, Brett. And so I got another question for you. So, you know, you're Tyler Beeman right now. You're currently leading the race by this time by a half a second. We'll see what it is next time by. You see Justin coming. When he gets there, are you going to fight him for that position? We're almost halfway on the race. So that's something you got to keep in mind as well, because if the 199 gets out front and we have another green run, that may be the last time you see him.
Yeah, for sure, and that's always going through your mind as a driver is, man, when do you let him go and when do you push it? I say if I'm Tyler, I for sure try and run my best and keep in front of him, but if he's that much faster, I say almost let him go and burn up his stuff. It looks like Tyler's almost turned up the wick himself, saying, hey, I don't want that guy even near first place, because I know once he gets it, he doesn't look back too often.
Yeah, they had an awesome battle last week at the USA International Speedway. Tyler and Justin running 1-2 for probably 90% of the race, and all those late race restarts. The 199 was able to best the 91 here, as it looks like Justin was about a tenth and a half faster that last time around.
Yep, and I'm sure Tyler's thinking about that last week, how that one kind of got away from him with Justin Gross being able to start on the pole all night long. So Tyler's definitely hoping to have the roles reversed this time around, and probably trying to stay the leader, as we know the inside is such a preferred line on a restart here.
Yeah, it has. And you know what? If these guys had control of the restart and they could fire early anytime after the pace car pulls off, maybe the outside line might take some advantage. But these guys are all playing by the same rules. Everybody has to wait on the iRacing.com green flag to be displayed before anybody hits the loud pedal. So I think that's why you're going to see all these guys down here on the restarts choose the bottom. Big wiggle by the 91 coming into turn number 4 here.
Yeah, but even with that wiggle, it seems like he has a mile per hour or two better than the 91 as he looks to the inside and is there going into turn 1. And we have a new leader here tonight, Tom. The 199er, Justin Gross.
So it took 31 laps for Justin Gross to find his way from last on the field to the front. Certainly a nice run through the field for him, but now he's got to transition from offense to defense. Save that right front tire, keep that right rear tire cooled down, and kind of just run your own race here. I got to imagine that they're probably good on fuel from here, so if this race runs green, I don't think we'll be seeing them on pit road a second time here.
Yep, for sure. And get out that good old black tape and tape that mirror, because you do not want to be looking at that and seeing what other guys are doing behind you. You just want to be looking forward and run your own race with your Justin Gross right now taking the lead.
Yeah, don't overdrive that car. Get what that car will give to you. Going back a little bit, second place starter for tonight's race was Chris Wold. Chris is currently running in the 7th position. Looks like he may have gotten bit on the restart a little bit after having that damage coming through the dog leg. Cole Gray running right behind him with a battle for position between him and the 119 here. The 119 trying to march his way through the field as well after missing his pit box.
Yep, and he's another one that I think people got to keep in the back of their mind for a long run. I've liked the long run speed out of that 119 here today, and I think he'll slowly keep on picking off people as people start burning off their right front.
Yeah, about 35 laps to go or so. 6.5 seconds to go before he gets in contention for the lead. That's a lot of time to make up over the course of 30 laps around this mile-and-a-half speedway here in the Lone Star State. So he's got to be hoping for a caution. Maybe get another position or two, go to lap 40, 50 or so, and then go ahead and hope for a caution at that point, come down pit road, and you're starting in maybe the second row on the restart.
For sure, Tom. And if you start, like, let's say 4th or something, I wonder if it would be worth it to almost wait and let some guy go by to start in, like, the fifth position on the inside. I wonder if people are thinking about that strategy at all when they come down pit road here tonight.
Oh, I'm sure it's certainly coming across their minds. Cycling back a little bit, we see Dalton Carter and Rob Rogerson heating up a battle now for the 10th position. Looks like Rob's going to get around Dalton here and put the number 78, 10th on the board this time by. Dalton, the first year's driver out here, certainly having some solid runs over the course of the season, currently running in 11th position. See if he can't come away with the top 5. We'll see Eric Moore getting the left side Goodyears down on that white paint down there. The big slide through 3 and 4 that time by.
Yep. And Dalton Carter fans gotta love that paint scheme of the old Dale Earnhardt back in the day. Everyone knows that car with that paint scheme can be pretty fast, so hopefully he puts that thing in victory lane for all the fans out there one day.
Now you know who Tim would say that is, right?
Who's that?
Tim would say that's Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Oh yeah, good old Ricky.
Don't blame me. Cycling back around up towards the front of the field. Looks like Tyler Beeman may be heating up the 199 again, as we see now just about a car and a half length lead between first and second place, Brett.
For sure, this here in the next few laps and such, I think we'll see who really save their stuff at the beginning of the run and who starts losing some turn in the middle of the corner and some being able to really get that thing to hold the bottom. As we see the 199 does a pretty good job of keeping that thing right along the bottom through that corner to really get a good run off.
Yeah, and you know, something that's important to remember is that the 91 was up front. He didn't have to pass 17 cars or 9 cars after the restart, whatever it was. Justin Groves did have to maybe use a little bit of extra tire on that 199 machine coming through the field, whereas Tyler Beeman was able just to run his line, run his pace, and not really worry about pushing it too much. Gotta wonder if Justin maybe burnt the stuff up a little bit early, but Justin's a smart driver and certainly a fast driver. I think he was able to manage that.
Oh, for sure, as he's now extended the lead a little bit back to a more comfortable, probably in Justin's mind, as Tyler gets a little loose off of 4 there, but yeah, I tell you what, Justin is a pretty smart, smooth, and fast driver out here in this Rising Star Series, because no matter where he starts, it seems like he can always find his way up front in a hurry.
This time around here, Brett, go on board with the number 199, see the line that he's running in the Lone Star State down here, see him bring that car all the way up to the wall, get it backed up really early for a good center of the corner here, a little bit higher than maybe you want to be, but coming on the exit here, going to keep that momentum all the way up. These are lower horsepower cars, and turn 3 is really the easier of the 2 corners. You see right on that white line, that is where you want to be, coming turns 3 and 4 at the line. That's a lot better in Texas than Missouri.
Yeah, and here at Texas, laps are so fast because as you heard through 3 and 4, you're barely lifting and these cars still stick. So it's incredible kind of the difference, as you even saw riding along, the difference of banking and the different kind of ways you need to tackle these 2 corners around here at Texas.
Yeah, and that's something that I don't know if a lot of people realize, Brett, is the difference between the radius of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 has a much wider radius, and in my opinion, it's much more difficult to hit your marks through 1 and 2 because it feels like you gotta turn left all the way down. It feels like you gotta turn left for days to be able to hit that white line, whereas 3 and 4, you know, that line's right there for you.
Oh yeah, for sure, and with the less banking, as we saw in even qualifying, that if you overdrive it, you're way out to lunch, you're way pushing up and way out of the groove. So turn 1 is definitely a lot more technical, and you have to be right on your marks, because if you're not, you'll definitely pay the price in 1 and 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Really want to keep that car below that first black scene. See Justin running just about that line, maybe a little bit higher than I would run, but he's out here leading the race, not me. So, and this was the host of the first ever Cyber Thunder All-Star race that we spoke about a little bit before. Kyle Jetty was the Cyber Thunder All-Star when Tanner Tallarico won the overall race.
Yep, for sure, and that one was a wild one to race against all these guys and really see how good they really are. And I tell you what, they all put on a heck of a battle to the Tanner Tallarico, who's not here in the booth tonight, but we'll shout him out and say that we miss you here, but I'm sure we can call the action.
Yeah, where did you finish in that, Brett?
Well, I don't want to toot my own horn or anything here, Tom, but I did finish runner-up to Tanner Tallarico here. So I thought that was a pretty good win in my book when I first got into the Cyber Thunder League race, and I actually beat out Nick Fleury in one of my one of the last chance qualifying races too. So
Yeah, I didn't even make the main show of that. I missed it by one spot. That's all it takes around here, but certainly tough competition. If anybody's interested, we run 3 nights a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday here at the Cyber Thunder Racing League. Go ahead, find us on Facebook, find us on YouTube, find us on, what else are we on? Find us on iRacing. Get signed up, come join the fun out here. As you can see, we're clean and green, only 1 caution through the first 40 laps.
yeah, as Justin Gross continues to extend his lead now all the way up to 1.5 seconds about. So
yeah, as you say that, Dave Sanders has moved up into the 3rd position, taking the 3rd position away from Michael Witt and the number 26 car. Dave out here having a really good run at Texas Motor Speedway. Don't take away anything from the 26. I think he might make another charge at 77 in a few laps.
for sure. And the other one that I've been watching too these last couple runs is he just got around Charles Getting is Christopher Daniel, now up to the 6th position here. So he's slowly coming back after that pit road mishap and pretty much filed back in where he was before that mishap. So good to see him up here, and Chris Wold after bringing out that first yellow, all inside the top 6 here.
Yeah, Christopher Daniel, we spoke about him probably about 15 laps ago or so. Was about 6 seconds, 6.5 seconds back. He's now sitting about 8 seconds back off the leader, so losing a little bit of time, but probably still gaining on the 32 and the 26. I still think he's in the boat where he's going to need another caution to be able to do anything with the remainder of his night here as far as the chance for a victory goes.
Oh, for sure. I think this whole field might need a caution as Justin Gross continues to extend that lead over the entire field.
As Justin Gross comes around to take 24 laps to go, we're going to step away for about 30 seconds and do some BladeNode.com business.
Representatives are currently busy. Please stay on the line, and your call will be answered by the next available representative. The estimated hold time is currently less than 96 minutes. You are currently caller number 32.
Are you tired of getting blown out of the water by other web hosting solutions? At BladeNode.com, our affordable web hosting and quick customer support is our #1 priority. BladeNode Web Hosting was started with a mission to provide premium hosting at half the price as other hosts without sacrificing features, reliability, and 24/7 customer support with a live technician. Join our community today by visiting BladeNode.com and using promo code BLADE10 for 10% off your first package.
All right, I'm back at Texas Motor Speedway. Always love getting a word from our sponsors, BladeNode.com. Brett, what code can new customers use over at BladeNode? Do you have it this week?
I think I got it this week, Tom. I believe it's BLADE10.
BLADE10 for 10% off your first order. Need any sort of web hosting, email hosting, anything to do with the internet? Go get with my friends Sam and Vlad and the entire team over at BladeNode.com. Gonna be tough to find a better group of guys to take care of you with the personalized service that they offer. You haven't missed a beat. Justin Gross continues to lead by 2.5 seconds. One thing that you did miss is Cole Gray and Zach Chahalis both made green flag pit stops. Both of them are currently 17th and 18th on the board, respectively. Both of them 1 lap down. Gotta wonder, maybe that was a fuel stop down there, Brett.
Yeah, for sure. I tried to talk to some crew chiefs, and everyone's being pretty secretive on if you can make it on fuel or not. So we'll have to see if any of the top 5 come down anytime soon, or we really can make it on fuel as we initially thought. Because if you can make it on fuel, that's an interesting call by the 44 and the 22 for sure.
Yeah, I mean, take a look at the speed difference between even just the 42 and the 44. I mean, Cole Gray just passed Paul Turner on the backstretch, and now Paul's not even within camera shot There he is just now. But nobody else in sight for the 44 car. And I'm sure it's going to be the same for Zach, as Zach powers around the number 42 Colonial Rider Chevy Impala coming down the backstretch, and he just pulls everybody else. That's the power of 4 fresh Goodyears.
For sure. And I looked at lap times, and they're about 2 seconds quicker than the leaders. So for sure, if you pit, you won't make your lap back, but you for sure can make up some speed compared to the guys around you on 4 fresh Goodyear tires.
Yeah, 248 Richard Pruitt now on pit road. Service done and over with. He makes his way to the exit of pit road. He's going to be coming down here on the apron. Got to really baby that throttle. Make sure you don't get an unsafe pit exit, because if you do and you get a black flag, you're going to be coming down pit road for a second time. But Richard Pruitt, these guys may be setting the tone for a lot of these other guys to come down. Now with just about 18 laps to go.
For sure. And if you're like Christopher Daniel or Chris Wold at the end of the last run where you had to start in the back of the field, where do you think you draw the line on trying to save enough fuel to maybe stretch it to the finish, or do you say just run it as hard as you can and hopefully get as many positions as you can before you have to come in and pit?
Oh, wow. I don't know, Brett, because I'll tell you why. You never know when the cautions are going to fall. I'm always kind of erring on the side of, well, not side of caution, that's a bad word to use for it, but
conservative.
Yeah, trying to be conservative about it. But, I mean, if you're sitting maybe 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th place right now, maybe come down pit road, because you're just going to see the huge time difference that's on the speed chart. Is Richard Pruitt's already about halfway down the backstretch, but me, I would kind of just, if I'm in the top 5, top 6, top 7, I would just kind of go ahead and let that ship sail, as it looks like maybe Paul Turner might be on pit road, or he might have had some sort of issue. He's made his way back to 15. Heavy damage on the left side of that 42 car, Brett.
Yeah, interesting that there's damage on the left side like that, Tom. I don't know if I assume another car had to make contact with him, so I'll try and find that and give you a lap if I can. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting race to see if people do have to pit, or what should be the best strategy here.
Yeah, and left side damage, Brett, usually means that somebody's trying to get around you. You're trying to give them the inside lane, and maybe they misjudge it. Maybe they slide up a little bit. I'm not sure. I'm not too sure what happened, but problems for your current points leader. Paul Turner came in here with a 2-point lead. I gotta imagine that that's going to be eliminated after tonight, as we see problems on the 42 car with only 14 laps remaining.
Yeah, for sure. In a big track like this, you want to keep as little body damage as you can to these cars, because every little arrow thing hurts you in iRacing. So I'm sure he's probably not too happy after the contact.
Yeah, we're still watching Paul Turner here, and big slide out of turn number 2, gets into the outside retaining wall one more time. Now he's got some right front damage to match the left front damage, but
man,
a good night going bad for Paul Turner. Paul was running well up in the top 10 for the majority of the night. Currently runs in the 14th position, as it looks like now we have the 78 car exiting pit road right in front of the number 42 car. The 42 runs really wide once again, but tough break for Paul here, as we see the leader Justin Groves directly behind him. That's not Justin Groves. Justin Groves directly behind him and Rob Rogerson.
All right, so I had to go all the way back to lap 38, Tom. And it looked like Paul Turner. Yeah, it happened a while ago apparently, but it looked like Paul Turner got a little tight off of 4, hit the outside wall, and trying to get this Arca car unstuck from the outside wall, actually got into the inside wall on top of it. So a tough break to our points leader there. As you said, he just added on the damage with getting into the wall here later on in this race as well.
Yeah, we all know that these cars get Arca glued, as some people like to call it. Once you get on that outside retaining wall, it's so difficult to find your way off that wall and try to continue on. The Cup cars that we run and the Xfinity cars with the composite bodies, Brett, you can bounce off the walls, especially in the Xfinity cars, and not hurt it too much, especially with those super late models. God, how many times did you hit the wall at the fall brawl presented by BladeNode.com?
For sure, you can roll those things and be all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, these things, as you hear week in and week out, their bodies are a little angled out to the right to help with aero, and realistic that if you clip that right rear against the wall, it almost sucks you in, and it's so hard to pull it off the wall with being gentle and try not to hurt the car anymore, so.
Absolutely. Inside 10 laps to go here. Justin Groves continues to lead by 2 seconds over Tyler Beeman. Dave Sanders still running in the third position. Michael Witt 5 seconds back on Chris Wald, rounding out your top 5 currently. Charles Gettings, not really having the greatest night out here, but certainly still a good night. Looks like he's going to finish probably outside the top 5 for the first race of the season for him.
For sure, as Justin Gross just put a 53 of Dalton Carter and the 82 of Robert Gino a lap down here. He's put a couple cars a lap down, including our points leader Paul Turner after his bad breaks, but the next car he has in his sight to put a lap down is I think Brian Dorsey and our birthday boy Jamie Beasley, so they're for sure hoping for a caution.
Yeah, running quietly inside the top 10. One name that we don't say a whole lot over here at the Cyber Thunder Broadcast Network. Got to give a shout out to Jerry Isaacs and the Sim Racer Coin 151 car. Currently running in the 9th position, running up there with now 7 laps to go. Looks like he's going to come home with a solid top 10 out here tonight for Mad Sim Racing.
Yep, and you gotta love when you can string a good race in. I'm sure with these last couple crazy nights with people getting some tough breaks at the end of the race, I'm sure everyone's happy to finish in the top 10 with a pretty clean car here tonight.
Yeah, a lot happens in a hurry here, though, so don't count anybody out just yet. Does Tyler Beeman have anything for the 199? Does Dave Sanders have anything for the 91 if we get a caution here? Gotta imagine at this point, if we get a caution, it's probably going to go into a green-white checkered. If we go into a green-white checkered, we've seen how the green-white checkers play out in this series.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that I'm pitting, but it really just depends on the number of cars that pit behind the leader. I think you might know something about that from the Charlotte race, Brett.
Oh, for sure. Because I tell you what, just like the Charlotte race, anything can happen in a hurry, like you said, Tom. And you can all of a sudden start 14th and wind up battling for and beating doors with the leader coming to the checkered. So it's all about track position a little, but mostly with a green-white checkered, it's all about lady luck.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you have not checked out Turn 3 Racing Network, certainly find them on YouTube, subscribe to them, click that little bell at the bottom of the video there. Get notified when they go live. We're live with them every Thursday night from now until the end of the season. Tomorrow night, where are we tomorrow night? Is it North Wilkesboro already?
It is North Wilkesboro, short tracks.
Oh boy, I don't see how that's that long.
Yep. I tell you what, these Cup cars with this aero package and the field we have, it's never a boring Thursday, that's for sure. I heard one of our fellow competitors even broke his own helmet after the race. Is that right, Tom?
Broke his own helmet after the race.
Yeah, I think after that big one that happened in the last green-white checkered, he chucked it so hard he broke something.
Was that you?
It was not me. But I'll tell you what, I was not too happy with the finish at the end of it. But luckily, after a little bit of talking, I calmed down afterwards.
Well, 2 to go here at the Texas Motor Speedway. Justin Gross has checked out, nearly a 5-second lead over second place and a 6-second lead over third place of Dave Sanders. Coming this time around, Brett, we're going to get the white flag here. I know Justin Gross just wants to see that white flag because the next flag is going to end the race.
Yep, as we get the white flag presented by Blade Node. And Justin Gross up here with a 4.5 second lead. All he has to do is just make 4 smooth, easy corners, and looking good for, what's this, his third in a row?
This would be his third. I don't think third in a row, though.
Okay.
But coming out of turn number 4 in the Lone Star State, Justin Grove's going to hug that white line coming out of turn number 4. Out of turn number 4, give the checkered flag to the number 199. Got to go way, way, way back. Tyler Beeman going to be coming home in second, followed by the 77 Dave Sanders. Michael Witt going to be rounding out the top 4, and Chris Wold started second on the grid out here tonight, and he loses that position at the line to Charles Gettings. So Charles Gettings going to be 5th, and Chris Wold will be 6th.
And coming in 7th is Christopher Daniel. Coming in 8th is Eric Moore in the 3. 9th is Jerry Isaacs in the 151. A good showing for him tonight. And then rounding out your top 10 is number 9, Brian Dorsey, who had a quiet night and finished inside the top 10.
All right, well, don't go anywhere. We're going to step away for just a few seconds here. We're going to get your top 3 finishers. We're going to get the Cyber Thunder post-race show underway here in just a moment.
Representatives are currently busy. Please stay on the line, and your call will be answered by the next available representative. The estimated hold time is currently less than 96 minutes. You are currently caller number 32.
Are you tired of getting blown out of the water by other web hosting solutions? At BladeNode.com, our affordable web hosting and quick customer support is our #1 priority. BladeNode Web Hosting was started with a mission to provide premium hosting at half the price as other hosts without sacrificing features, reliability, and 24/7 customer support with a live technician. Join our community today by visiting BladeNode.com and using promo code BLADE10 for 10% off your first package.
And our third place finisher of tonight, the number 77 machine of Dave Sanders. Dave, you got a copy of it's Brett and Tom here in the Cyber Thunder booth.
Loud and clear. How you guys doing?
Pretty good, Dave. How about yourself? Congrats on that third place finish here tonight at Texas.
Thanks. Tough race. Definitely throttled Coast key and tried to save tires from the beginning. So luckily that paid off, but didn't have enough for Justin. That's for sure.
Yeah, you did a heck of a job saving tires. As I saw, you kind of fade back that first run, but then that second run, you held your own, saving and just biding your time, hoping to a big mistake out of those leaders here tonight.
Yeah, exactly. I saw smoke a couple of times, but didn't have enough for them, but happy with the finish.
Yeah, for sure, Dave. Tom, you got anything to ask our third place finisher?
No, congratulations on your third place finish. I think this might be your first podium of the season, so certainly great to see you up there, Dave.
It is. Thanks, guys. Appreciate all you do. I wanted to give a shout out to my teammate Tyler for finishing second, and check out Mad Sim Racing for all our sponsors. Thanks.
All right, sweet, Dave. Thanks. Congratulations again, and I think we'll be talking to our second place finisher, Dave's teammate in the Mad Sim Racing, Tyler Beeman. Tyler, you got a copy of me and Tom here in the booth?
Yeah, we got you.
Tyler, I know you led the beginning portion of this race, and I know you saw that 199 going through the field. What was going through your mind as you saw him slowly clicking off position after position?
Yeah, there's no doubt. I was telling the guys on our team channel at the end here, the fastest car definitely won this race. I was able to stick with him a little bit once he passed me, but then he just took off. And yeah, I knew he was coming up. I knew on practice he came on track a little late and pulled a fastest lap. So I figured I'd see him, and I kind of let him go. I knew I didn't want to waste my tires or push too hard with him. I knew he was a little bit faster.
Gotcha. That was one of the points me and Tom discussed. It's how much do you push as you see Justin Gross coming in, and how hard do you race him once he gets to your back bumper?
Yeah, I let him go there, and there towards the end, I was kind of catching up with him. I was up to 1.5 seconds off of him, and then once the lap traffic hit, it slowed me down a little bit, and I think I was pushing a little too hard to to try to catch him at the end there, and then he got 3 seconds up. And happy with the second place though.
Oh, for sure. A second place here, you take it all day, ran nice and clean. You can't ask much more than that from the driver of the 91 machine.
Yeah, definitely, no doubt. I appreciate it. I want to give a shout out to our team, Mad Sim Racing, madsimracing.com. Another week here with the Into the Apex podcast paint scheme, and that's available on our site on Apple, Spotify. Everyone go check it out.
Alrighty, Tom, you have anything to ask our second place finisher?
No, Tyler, we got to stop meeting like this. I feel like every week we're down here interviewing you for second. We got to get you back out in victory lane here one of these weeks.
I know, third straight podium, but it's third, second, and second. I need to get back in front here.
All right, well, keep running like that. I don't imagine it won't be long before we're interviewing you for a victory lane speech. But we're going to go ahead and kick you out of here. We're going to let you go ahead and get back up there with Dave and the rest of Mad Sim Racing. Everybody go check supporters of the Cyber Thunder Racing League as we kick Tyler out of here. And we're going to bring down the big winner for tonight. Just I think Brett has caught up with the winner of the big hardware here tonight.
Justin, it's Brett and Tom in the Cyber Thunder booth. You got a copy?
10-4.
Man, oh man, you put on a heck of a show coming through that field. What was the key to first passing all 18 cars and then also checking out to a 5-second win here tonight at Texas?
Yeah, I honestly, it even started tonight. I didn't even know what Texas track to run. I practiced for a few laps on the old Texas, and then I realized that it was on the new format. So I tried to rush out for practice because I'd only run those practice laps here, and was hoping just to kind of see where everyone was running early on. But I think just kind of how 1 and 2 is just super technical. It really just fit my driving style and just let people overdrive it and just kind of just stay clean on the bottom down there.
Yeah, for sure. That was the key to this track is not overdriving 1 and keeping that thing right on that white line through 1 and 2 for sure.
Yeah, and I think also one of the things, like I didn't have any time to look at the fuel, and I kept hearing on the broadcast that I saw people going in for gas, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. So it was a little hairy those last 5 laps to make sure I was going to make it on fuel and try to save tires at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. Me and Tom were talking about that in the booth where we saw some guys come down in really short pit. We're like, man, does that mean the leaders don't have enough to make it, or are they just good? So we appreciate the insight there, Justin.
Yeah, it looks like I looked at it right after the end. We only had about 3 laps left, so I think especially my luck at Charlotte, where I started last and came to lead, and then kind of get taken out in a green-white checkered. I was just trying to get to the checkered as fast as I can.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. That's every leader wants to see that white flag. Once they take that, they know the next flag will end this thing. So Tom, you got anything to ask our big winner here tonight, Justin Gross?
Yeah, I know I said it last week. I didn't think I was gonna make it this week. I think next week is gonna be like my provisional week, and then I think I'm gonna just try to have to win out those last 2 races to make sure we can make it into the chase. Because I think after tonight we should be in it, but losing those points probably next week will make it tight. But after all those DNFs to start the season, these 3 wins don't hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to open up the floor for you to finish out your interview. Anybody you want to thank, anybody you want to acknowledge for letting you come out here, win on the 3rd time of the season in the 199 machine here. Justin, the floor is all yours.
Yeah, just all family and friends. Even a few of my buddies have even taken an interest, and I even left it to my text chain to figure out what color we wanted to paint the car tonight. So you guys do a great job with the broadcast, and keeps everyone engaged, and No, I thought it was just a great night, and thanks again.
All right, well, we're going to kick you out of here. We're going to let you go celebrate down here in Victory Lane. On the big win out here tonight. Well, Brett, that was 75 laps in just about an hour. Actually, less than that because we had an extended qualifying. Justin Groves coming home away with the big hardware out here tonight. Third win of the season, followed by Tyler Beam and Dave Sanders rounding out your podium. You just heard from him on the Cyber Thunder Broadcast Network post-race show. Michael Witt coming home in the 4th place, and Charles Gettings rounding out the top 5 right at the line, beating out the 32 for the 5th position.
Yep, coming in 6th place after that mishap to bring out the one and only caution here tonight. 32 of Chris Wold, just getting beat by that 96. Coming in 7th, Christopher Daniels of the 119 after that mishap on pit road, made an awesome bounce back. Coming in 8th, Eric Moore in the number 3 car. Finishing 9th tonight in that 151, Jerry Isaacs, a nice solid top 10 night for him. And coming in 10th, the quiet man of the top 10 for sure was the 9 car, Brian Dorsey.
Yeah, Brian Dorsey rounding out the top 10. Coming home in 11th is going to be the birthday boy, Jamie Beasley. He wasn't able to join the ranks of Cale Yarborough and Kyle Busch and Matt Kenseth, but coming home in 11th position is going to be the driver, the number 29 car, Rob Gregoire, another Mad Sim Racing teammate of Tyler and Dave. Heard them mention him in their post-race. Paul Turner, good night gone bad for the 42, current points leader. Got to imagine that the points after tonight will be shaken up, and Paul will probably drop a few positions, but as long as Paul stays in the top 6, he's doing what he needs to do. Cole Gray, one of our first-time winners out here on the season. He was one of the ones that I don't know if you want to call it short-pitted. Maybe he was a little short on gas, but Cole Gray going to come home in the 14th position, and Dalton Carter in that Ricky Stenhouse paint scheme coming home in the 15th place, Brett.
And coming in 16th tonight is the 22 of Zach Chahalis. Coming in 17th is the 78 Rob Rogerson. And coming in 18th tonight was the 248 of Richard Pruitt. And then coming in 19th, who did not make the grid tonight, must have had some mechanical issues or something behind the wall, is Zachary Thornton.
Zachary Thornton bringing home the field of 19 here at the Cyber Thunder Rising Stars. Remember, tomorrow night we're out here live on the Turn 3 Racing Network, live from North Wilkesboro Speedway for the BladeNode.com Pro Cup Series. We're going to do a little bit of business with BladeNode.com one more time. Go ahead and follow Turn 3 Racing Network. Give them a subscription. Click their little bell. Know when they're going live. But, Brett, it was an absolute pleasure out here tonight. 75 green flag laps around this 1.5-mile speedway. Thank you for joining me tonight. It was a pleasure.
Yep, thanks for having me, Tom. Glad we could call this awesome race. For sure, a quick one with only being one caution out here. I'm sure Crank loves to see that here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. But that's going to do it for the Cyber Thunder Broadcast Network here, live from Texas Motor Speedway. Good night.
Representatives are currently busy. Please stay on the line, and your call will be answered by the next available representative. The estimated hold time is currently less than 96 minutes. You are currently caller number 32.
Are you tired of getting blown out of the water by other web hosting solutions? At BladeNode.com, our affordable web hosting and quick customer support is our #1 priority. BladeNode Web Hosting was started with a mission to provide premium hosting at half the price as other hosts without sacrificing features, reliability, and 24/7 customer support with a live technician. Join our community today by visiting BladeNode.com and using promo code BLADE10 for 10% off your first package.